Lakers fans, the whispers are no longer whispers, they're alarms echoing across Los Angeles. LeBron James, the face of the purple and gold for nearly a decade, could actually be on the move. Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where raw truths collide with purple and gold passion. Smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so your heart never misses a beat. What we're talking about isn't just another trade rumor. It's a potential seismic shift in the franchise's future. With the 2025-26 season on the horizon, reports suggest the Lakers front office is weighing the unthinkable, reshaping the roster around a younger superstar and preparing for life beyond LeBron. And at the center of this storm, Luka, the name that could redefine everything. In LA, we're talking about the seismic shift happening behind the scenes as the Lakers stand at a crossroads, unlike any in recent memory. With the 2025-26 season looming, the Lakers organization is staring down a hard truth that every fan feels deep in their bones. The era of LeBron James as the definitive franchise cornerstone may be winding down. Now, this isn't just about age or LeBron's jaw-dropping $52.6 million player option this offseason. His contract still carries a whopping $101 million over the next 2 years, making him one of the highest-paid players in the league. Yet, money doesn't buy forever chapters in the NBA, especially when the team's vision starts to pivot. The Lakers front office, deeply aware of the shifting NBA landscape and the ever-intensifying Western Conference arms race, appears increasingly willing to entertain the idea of offloading LeBron to recalibrate the roster for the post-LeBron future. And who's at the heart of this new direction? None other than Luka, the rising superstar spotlight that can reshape the franchise trajectory. Here's where it gets tricky. This isn't some rash or emotion-driven decision. According to respected NBA analyst Grant Hughes, this move is a calculated, logical progression. This is no longer LeBron's team, Hughes said flat out, and that line hits harder than a Shaq dunk in the finals. The Lakers have one eye on the now and another fixed firmly on the future, building around a young core led by Luka, who's expected to be the franchise's new heartbeat. Are Lakers brass ready to part ways with their $101 million United States dollar star? The whispers are growing louder, chilling the air in the purple and gold locker room and fan forums alike. But that's the sticking point. LeBron James isn't just any player. He's a living legend, a four-time NBA champion, a cultural icon whose presence alone can sway playoff games. Can you picture the Lakers without him? It's almost surreal. Add to that the star-studded supporting cast: Anthony Davis, a warrior with that championship hunger; Austin Reeves, the scrappy young guard carving his path; Rui Hachimura showing flashes of growth; D'Angelo Russell, a versatile scorer; plus Gabe Vincent, Jackson Hayes, and Max Christie forming the nucleus of a new Lakers identity. Yet, even with that arsenal, the whispers about trading LeBron point to an undeniable ambition: securing Luka Doncic's reign as the centerpiece while navigating the tough financial and competitive realities. But who would trade for LeBron if he's actually available? That brings us to the hottest destinations generating buzz. If the Lakers do pull the trigger, expect playmakers like the Miami Heat, where LeBron won 2 championships, to be frontline suitors, hungry to add an elder statesman and boost their title odds. Then there's the Cleveland Cavaliers, his original NBA home and the stage where a legendary career was born, possibly eyeing one last LeBron reunion to electrify their fan base. And don't overlook the Golden State Warriors, a veteran core just shy of championship glory, might see LeBron as the missing puzzle piece for one last run. Each of these teams offers LeBron the platform to chase another ring while the Lakers reset. But here's the detail no one's talking about. This potential trade isn't just about basketball moves. It's a psychological blow, a symbolic passing of the torch that could redefine how the purple and gold approach the next decade. Pelinka and the front office are no strangers to high stakes maneuvers. Their history from the Showtime era through Kobe and Shaq's dynasty The Paul Gasol titles up to the 2020 Bubble Championship shows their dedication to winning. Could this be the calculated risk that cements their legacy, or a gamble that backfires spectacularly? Meanwhile, the Western Conference is a gladiators arena filled with hungry contenders: Phoenix, Denver, Golden State, and now Dallas with Luka leading the charge. The Lakers can't afford to be caught in the past. This possible midseason trade would be more than just a roster shakeup. It's a defining moment. But will the fans accept this seismic shift or rebel against the loss of their hero? Can the Lakers' young nucleus leverage this upheaval into sustained success, or will it fracture the team and fan base alike? The atmosphere is thick with questions and possibilities, and every insider's whisper feels like a cliffhanger episode in a long-running saga. As a lifelong Lakers believer, I can't help but feel we're teetering on the edge of something. Massive something that could rewrite the franchise's narrative for the next generation. But is this the move that launches a new Lakers era, or the gamble that haunts us for years to come? That's the million-dollar question, and right now, it's anyone's guess. Drop your unfiltered takes in the comments. I'll be right there, heart in hand, as we watch the story unfold live in front of us. The roar of Crypto.com arena still reverberates, a sonic boom surging through every corner of LA, as if the very air is charged with the crackling energy of a seismic storm about to explode. Your heart pounds like a war drum against your ribs. Throat dry from shouting, eyes wide enough to devour the chaos unfolding on the court that's become sacred ground for every purple and gold believer, every dreamer who's ever dared to call the Lakers their home. You can almost taste the tension. Thick as smoke from 1,000 fireworks bursting over downtown at midnight, while downtown's glittering skyline holds its breath, caught between reverence and reckoning. Because right now, right here, we are witnessing something that tears at the fabric of this franchise, a rattling, tearing gut punch of possibility that nobody wants to fully admit, but every Lakers faithful fears deep down. The notion that LeBron James, the living mountain that's loomed over this franchise like the sun itself, the anchor, the reason for so many breathless moments, could actually be traded away, sent packing like some chapter closing prematurely, in the greatest basketball novel ever written. And it's not just the crushing weight of his legacy, the 4 rings etched with blood and sweat, or his unchallengeable highlights that still make the Staples Center lights blaze like a spotlight. On immortality, it's the rupture in the locker room sound wave, the subtle shifts beneath that polished locker room veneer, the sideways glances exchanged in the gyms late at night, where Anthony Davis, our fearless big man with those cold, burning eyes, paces. The hardwood, his body aching but will unbroken, wondering if this current chapter is about to twist against everything he's fought for alongside. King James, the energy feels electric and volatile, like standing on the edge of a thunderclap, with lightning taunting your skin. You see it threaded in the hushed whispers of Austin Reeves, the scrappy underdog whose every drive and dagger. 3 is now burdened with the weight of questions about who really leads this ship next season. You hear it in the steely gaze of Rui Hachimura polishing his craft, a young lion ready to roar, but waiting for his moment amid the tremors of change. The entire Lakers orbit is spinning, wild and unfurling, as if the very banners hanging from the rafters, each stitch soaked in Showtime's flash. Kobe's relentless legacy, the Gasol-fueled dynasty's heart, are beginning to tremble. The echoes of those golden eras vibrating through the rafters, reminding us what's possible, but also what's at stake. And here's the brutal truth. Pelinka and the Lakers front office are playing a dangerous game of chess on a board littered with stars, egos, and legacies, each move carving in stone or raising what came before. They aren't moving in panic or desperation. They are methodically, almost clinically, preparing for a horizon that looks less like the Hollywood lights and more like the dawn of a new regime. Imagine Luka Doncic, electric, with the capability to stretch defenses and rewrite record books. Is that dawn a tidal wave of potential that could wash away the old guard and erect a new dynasty from the ashes? To some, it's strategic brilliance. To others, a sacrilege of the highest order. But the whispers have teeth now, and every Laker fan feels the chills slithering down their spine when the topic of a mid-season trade surfaces. Trade LeBron? Who would even dare? And what would they give in return? The Miami Heat, of course. The stage of James's last championships are salivating at the chance to bring back their prodigal king, reigniting rivalries and capturing the headlines like a cinematic sequel the NBA craves. Cleveland, the city that gave us the first chapter of one of the greatest careers ever told, ponders a reunion nostalgia fuel but blue-collar hungry, hoping that King James might lead them back to glory when everything else seemed lost. Golden State? The Warriors are sharpening their blades, knowing that LeBron's addition could finally shatter their second-round curse and snatch back a throne that's ever so slippery. But then there's the Lakers, the place where the story is raw, unfinished, and bleeding edge, and you can almost hear the faint echo of past Lakers Titans in every decision made today. Remember the turbulent Showtime years magic and mayhem intertwined? Recall the fragility and fury of the Kobe-Shaq splits, where egos collided like meteors blazing across the LA night sky? Don't forget the Pau Gasol years when patient rebuilding and perfect chemistry brought two banners, or the Bubble Championship, a surreal triumph forged in isolation and willpower that reminded the world the Lakers survive and they conquer. Now channel that energy into the turbulence of this moment as the Western Conference morphs into a blood-soaked arena, every contender as razor-sharp as a viper's fang. Denver, with Jokic's cold-blooded genius, lurks like a silent predator. Phoenix rides a blazing comet of Chris Paul and Devin Booker, ready to burn anything in their path. Golden State waits with the patience of assassins, poised to strike, and the Clippers, desperate, dangerous, fueled by a vicious chip on their shoulder, ready to make the Lakers pay for even a hint of weakness. Deep down, you feel it the floor. Beneath the banners might not just be trembling from crowd noise. It's shaking because the very foundation of this franchise is being tested. Fans across LA bars, watching games on cracked screens, chanting Kobe, Kobe. As an echo of nostalgia and defiance, grapple with the gut-wrenching possibility that the silhouette of LeBron on the court might soon be replaced by the sharp, untested figure of Luka. But what if the Lakers pull the trigger and the team fractures under the weight of it all? What if this gamble that feels bold and visionary crumbles, leaving heartache and unfinished business? And here's the clause nobody dares to mention: the salary cap gymnastics necessary to liberate room, the intricate strings attached to LeBron's monstrous contract that might force the Lakers into deals that strip away beloved role players, sacrificing the locker room chemistry built over years. What if Anthony Davis, battling injuries and doubts, is asked to bear the mantle alone for just one more season before the franchise truly turns the page? What if Austin Reeves is suddenly thrust into a spotlight too bright, too fierce, before he's truly ready? But imagine this: a Lakers team helmeted by Luka Doncic, a squad built around youth, speed, and three-point salvos, unburdened by nostalgia, but charged with ambition, can roar back to prominence if patience and smart drafting prevail. It's a futuristic gamble, but in the theater of professional sports, the future belongs to the brave or the foolhardy. And yet, nothing cuts deeper than the unanswered question burning in every Lakers fan's soul: is the organization prepared to withstand the cultural and emotional backlash if LeBron walks away midseason, a king dethroned right in front of our eyes? Can a fan base born on legends, soaked in history, ever truly embrace a new dawn without that familiar beacon lighting the way? I'm speaking from my own cracked heart here. This isn't just a franchise or a team. It's home, it's legacy. It's the pulse of a city that demands greatness like air. Losing LeBron feels like losing a piece of ourselves, a scar that won't fade overnight. But part of me can't help but admire the guts it takes to stare down the past and embrace the unpredictable promise of tomorrow. Still, the sting of uncertainty is brutal, the tension thick enough to drown in as we wait for Pelinka's next move, For Rob Pelinka's silent phone calls and cryptic meetings behind closed doors, for the final ticking of this clock to either ignite a revolution or trigger an implosion the franchise might not recover from. So here's where we stand at the razor's edge. Will this purple and gold phoenix rise new under Luka's banner? A blazing testament to reinvention and bold strategy? Or will it crumble, a heartbreak so profound it echoes through generations? And the most agonizing question of all, when the final buzzer sounds on this draft day drama, will the name LeBron James still echo through the Staples Center? Or will that echo fade into a haunting memory whispered by fans wondering what could have been? The night air outside feels heavy, electric, impossibly thick, as if the city itself waits with bated breath for the unfolding verdict. And somewhere down those endless LA streets, under the flicker of neon and the glow of the Hollywood sign, a legion of Lakers fans clutch their jerseys tight, eyes soaked with both hope and dread, hearts ready for the ultimate heartbreak or the birth of a new legend. What happens next will define not just a season, not just one star's twilight, but the very soul of this franchise for the decade to come. So I ask you, the real Lakers believers, the ones who bleed purple and gold, what do you believe? Can the Lakers survive the fallout of trading their king? Or are we vanishing an era never to be seen again? I'm holding my breath with you, waiting at this crossroads where history and destiny collide with the unforgiving glare of the spotlight.